can. Okay, right up in the middle. We're looking at each other right now. Yeah.
When did you know with absolute certainty that you wanted to pursue music?
Well, I haven't decided yet, so I feel... Sara and I, we didn't make a clear, like, okay, this is what we're doing. And my mom can totally, she can... Mom, do you want a microphone? Do you want to weigh in on that? No, she's like, fuck off. When we were getting ready to graduate high school, we'd had a little bit of success in our community. We'd gotten a few festivals and a few shows, and we'd opened for a few bands we really liked, and we kind of had the bug. And so we went to our parents and asked if it was okay if we took a year off to travel and play music, and they were initially kind of upset about it, but accepted that this was something we wanted to do, and said that as long as we worked, like got jobs and paid rent, that we could absolutely take a year off, which I was like, that's a bummer, but okay, fine. And life lessons. And we kind of flailed around for the first year, and so when we entered our second year of music, it was sort of like a make or break thing. So that was when we put together the budget and the people to make Under Feet Like Ours, our first record. And it was sort of like if that hadn't come to fruition or hadn't been successful, meaning like we got a record deal afterwards and all that, I don't know that we would have kept at it. I mean, Sara and I loved music, but we weren't like those little kids on YouTube that are like, la, 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 like with their dresses and their makeup. But now you're a big kid doing that on YouTube. I do. Congratulations. I've turned into a toddler with the tiara. So, but as a kid, I just wanted to be a clown. I just wanted to make people laugh. No, anyway, I did. She did. It's weird, but you laugh, so it's fine. Anyway, okay. So yeah, we put out Under Feet Like Ours, and that was when we were like, okay, this is probably gonna work. And then years went by of like momentum building, and then yeah, like I think every time we sign a new deal or every time we make a new record, we're sort of committing to the next 2 years, which isn't to make it seem like we're not gonna continue on. I just think that we sort of think in like 2 and 3 and 4 year stints rather than like, this is what we're doing forever. It's kind of like love. Like, we're not the kind of people that say, well, I'm going to be with someone forever, where you say, I'm going to be with you till you make me unhappy, and I want to be with someone else. So, it's sort of more like a threat. Yeah. So, that's how we feel about our career. It's like, I look at my managers and I'm like, you know what, as long as this is fun, I'll keep doing it. So, consider that notice. Okay, thanks for the question.
Waving your hand around but pointing at someone else.
So easy. Basically, you just have to look upset and she'll pick you up.
So I had the privilege of actually walking by you this morning, and no words came out of my mouth. I did this. I think that's...
Where were we? Here?
So anyway, have you ever gotten starstruck? Like...
Okay, that's a fair question. So your question sort of generally, sort of broad question about are we as people who are recognizable to a small population, are we therefore normal human beings who see people like Oprah, for example, at a Broadway play a couple months ago and go like, what? Who cares? It's Oprah, but inside freaked out and was already running through how many people they were going to text and be like, whatever, I was going to play tonight and I saw Oprah. It's not me. Whatever, she sat 5 rows in front of me. Who cares? It's just Oprah. She's more recognizable than the bearded guy on the cross. Too much? True. Anyways, here's the thing. Of course we get starstruck. Of course we also find it totally weird that you would care when you see us. I'm glad you care. I mean, I think it's cool you personally, care, but slash, it's like, it's also weird because we're just like us, so when people act crazy, often we feel like we are like, no, it's not a big deal, just stop it, because we're embarrassed or something. It sort of seems silly, but it's really sweet, and if you had managed to say something, we probably would have said something back to you. I would have, most likely. Yeah. Like, but if, for example, I had said something to Oprah, somebody probably would have hit me in the head with the butt of a gun. Been like, down, crazy stalker, down, like that. But that wouldn't happen to you. Not yet. Question. Okay, right here in the front. What kind of music we're listening to? You okay? Yeah. I just sucked my gum into my throat, but then I kind of got it back out, so I was fine. Lesson, don't chew gum on stage. So all the YouTube videos are gonna be like me, watching Sara, and I'm gonna be like, Dave Grohl, What music? Okay, well, I just bought the M83 record, and it is fantastic if you like electronic music. I'm really obsessing over it right now. It's like I can't even, I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my god, I can't think of anything else. But what else has come out? Oh, the Coldplay record is amazing, if you haven't heard that. That's a good one. Also been listening to a lot of Kate Bush. You guys know who Kate Bush is, right? You should go out and figure out who Kate Bush is, because our next record is probably going to rip her off a lot. And then, oh my god, our birthday just passed, and some friends of mine got me all the Ace of Base records, which I already own them. Yes, thank you. Big fans here in Austin. Yep. I already own them digitally, but I got them on record, and I have been listening to them a lot. And the other day, a friend came over, and I put Ace of Base on, and they went, Ace of Base again? And I was like, oh man. But when I get stuck, right now I'm trying to write a little bit differently on this next record. So when I get stuck, I listen to Ace of Base, or I've been like playing a lot of Katy Perry. And I know some people who want us to be like we were in 1999 are probably like, are you fucking kidding me? But if you go back and listen to Ace of Base records, they're great songs. I mean, like, they're really intense, like, thematically, like, really, really dark records, and the harmonies are really great. So mostly that's what I'm listening to is, like, I'm trying to rip off what Swedish people think about love, and then their harmonies. So that's what I'm mostly listening to right now. So, and Sara, we just finished the 29th song, or 30th song for a new record, so it's gonna be long. No, just kidding. But anyway, Sara just submitted 10 songs in the last month, and they're all amazing. So I've been listening to Sara a lot. What? It's true though. I was on the plane listening to it so loud, and the person next to me kept looking at me, and I was convinced they could. I'm weird, but I was like, they know who I am. They can hear the song. Just had to go to the bathroom. Wanted to get out, but. Okay. Yep. Favoring the front, Sara. Favoring the front.
Blinded.
Thank you. Oh man, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you have the same birthday? Oh, cute. You want me to give you, or Sara to give you some suggestions for your ride home? Some fun activities for the car. Sara?
We have spent a tremendous amount of time touring over the last 13 years, and there's no easy answer about how to make the time pass faster than it does. Because a lot of times, I mean, yeah, sleeping helps. I mean, in the tour bus, it's a lot better because we try to like function in a normal sleep cycle. We sleep at night, drive, blah blah blah. But when we were in a van, I mean, it was like an ice age would pass, because we were talking about this last night, we would finish a show, we would generally drive a couple of hours into the night, like 3 a.m., and then pick up a hotel or motel, whatever, and then, or just sleep in the van, sometimes if we were lucky, and then we would just get back up and start driving again. Like the first week, you're like, we're on tour, and then by like week 2, you're like, you know what, I hate your guts. If you speak one more time in my general direction, I'll stab you in the throat with my shoe that I've been